gosh. This is not another story. This is not another thrill. Looks like I have the tight end advantage at least.
That's good.
Linebacker advantage.
Coach, a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks.
Forgot my punters, or my kicker, kickoff and punter guy is left-footed. It's freaking weird. Why is he wearing white?
First and 10, Cousins. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
Bro, you're wearing white. We gotta start this over. We can't be playing with two white jerseys. We both wearing white, man. We gotta start this shit over. I'll wear black. You can wear white. There we go. Yo.
What's up, man?
Sorry, the dude freaking wore white. And I was, the away team, so mine autoed to white. And, yeah.
Right.
So we had to start it over.
That's weird.
Yeah, and then I was just like, you can wear the white, I'll just wear my black. Because I like the black jerseys.
Right.
We started the game again, and he wore purple. Which, black and purple's not too bad, but, like, why the is he not listening to me?
Right. Yeah. Dude, who freaking knows? With these people.
Knock on wood, the first play that he ran, he threw a horrible pass that I should have picked off, so... Maybe he's not good if I'm lucky.
Coach, a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way.
Oh, great. Oh my... I have Mr. Sister Fister in my lobby.
Didn't we play against him just the other day?
Did we really?
I swear, dude. I swear I've heard that name before.
So are you still the Falcons in this league that you're in?
Oh, yeah. I won't play if I'm not. I'm weird. You know me.
True.
The only thing is they dropped Keanu Neal from a superstar to a star. So, and our league this league gives a free superstar and a free star at the beginning of the season, like an upgrade. Okay. And so I had to use my upgrade on Neal. And yeah, they dropped a lot of guys. The only guys they really improved for the Falcons this year are Hooper went up 1 overall, which should have been more.
What?
Dion went up 4 and went up to a superstar. Matt Ryan went up 2 overalls. The rest, pretty much everyone else went down. Freeman, which is fair. Actually, it's not fair enough. Wait,
Calvin Ridley went down?
Ridley stayed at an 82, which is what he was before the season. Devontae Freeman dropped from an 88 to an 85, which is more than not even fair. Like, he should drop farther.
They wanted to pay him a little respect, I guess.
I'm still pissed that DeMonte Casey had another good year, and last year he led the league in picks, and he's a normal dev, and he's only 79. Like, I don't understand why they hate him so much. Our left tackle was the number 3 graded left tackle in the league by PFF. Let's drop him from an 81 to a 78. That's exactly what they freaking did. Like,
wow.
Madden doesn't. I even follow a couple of their ratings adjusters on Twitter, and it's very clear they don't know what they're doing. Like, it sucks. Like, like this one dude literally has Lamar Jackson as his profile picture, and it says like Madden ratings adjuster, and some of his takes are just horrendous. He still thinks Tom Brady's a top 5 QB.
Oh boy.
Yeah, he's like, give me circumstantial evidence where Brady has truly dropped off. And people give him this, and and sometimes he has good rebuttals. Like, a few of them are good. Like, the dropped they're dropping more passes now than they ever have with Brady. Now, that's a fair argument, but that's like his only argument. And so Brady's still like a freaking 94 or 93 or something like that.
Good Lord.
Stupid, dude. And he dropped off Rodgers to like an 89. He had no problem doing that. Like, it's stupid. This is EA.
That's obviously
and Madden,
biased.
like the biggest freaking game in all of one of the biggest games in all of PlayStation, and you've got guys like this doing your ratings. Like, he loves Lamar, and Lamar is pretty fair though. The only thing with Lamar, they made him a little too fast. They gave him like 97 speed, and I don't think and there's only like 2 or 3 guys faster than him in the game, and I don't think that you could say there's only 2 or 3 guys faster than him in the NFL. He's fast,
that's fair. Yeah,
but there are definitely DBs and receivers faster than him. Like,
absolutely.
I mean, I know Hollywood Brown's faster than him, but they have Hollywood Brown as a 95.
Wow.
Which is
that's weird.
OP as it is, but...
Wait, yeah, that is OP for him.
Yeah, but he is. I mean, I don't really... Like, I don't have a problem with his speed being that. It's just on the game it's OP.
Right. I got you. Yeah, that's a great point. I don't have a problem with his speed being that either.
Yeah, the fastest...
Come in.
The fastest...
Hang on, 1 second.
You're good, man.
Hey, Vincent. Sorry about that, bro.
Hey, you're good, dog. So,
Anyways,
the fastest player in Madden is Tyreek Hill. He's 99 speed,
that's
99
fair. That's fair.
acceleration. Yeah, it's OP, but it's fair. And then Lamar Jackson and Dante Jackson, the cornerback for the Panthers, are tied for second with 97. And then Matt Breida, and then a bunch of guys are tied for third with 95. Matt Breida, Will Fuller.
Wow, are you serious?
Yeah,
That's
I'm
crazy.
like, apparently they know something I don't, because, let's see, Matt Breida, Will Fuller, Jonathan Jones, the DB for the Patriots, Brandon Cooks, and then Denzel Ward.
Okay, I can see Brandon Cooks.
Are 95. Robbie Anderson's a 94, which is stupid.
Okay, he should be higher, right?
Robbie Anderson?
Or lower? What in your opinion?
I think lower, but I don't know, man.
Okay.
I've never really watched him run straight line, so.
That's fair.
Beckham's a 94. It's probably fair. Deshaun Jackson's a 94.
Yeah,
T.Y.
that's
Hilton,
fair.
94, and then Shaquille Griffin, 94.
Okay.
Oh, I just watched this dude down a punt at the 1 on a stream. That guy's probably not.
Rip.
And then my fastest guy's Ridley at a 93. And I also have Kendall Sheffield at 93, Trufant and Julio and Freeman are 92. Freeman should not be 92. See, basically, 90 speed is the threshold. If you're over 90, you're fast. If not...
I can see that.
Yeah. Alright, okay. He says he's good to go now. He had some issues. Thank God. I want to get this game out the way.
Yo, that was my dad that just came down here.
Yeah.
He was wondering what you thought about. Is his name Chris Hurst, right?
Oh, yes. Yes, that's the thing we were talking about in the chat a little bit. I know you saw it, but yeah. I think it's a joke. I mean, like, I'm not naive. I know that a .85, which is what he blew, is like, it's barely over the legal limit. And, you can get that by, having about 3 or 4 beers, probably. Which isn't enough to plaster you, but he was swerving, so.
Right, exactly.
And I think everything that I said explains exactly how I feel. Like, he says he's taking full responsibility, but is he? Like, are you gonna, give up your, and he's talking about the work we're doing with the General Assembly right now. See, did you have any idea that if you're in session with General Assembly or Congress, you can't be arrested? That's crazy, bro. Like,
that's insane.
I did not know that until today. I looked it up, and that's a legit thing. And he's like, the work we're doing is so important. Yeah, the work is so important that you're out at 2 a.m. Drunk.
Exactly.
And I mean, like, I don't buy it. Like, you remember, you know who he is, right? You know where he originated from?
Not really.
So he's the dude, do you remember the 2 WDBJ7 reporters that got killed on air?
Oh, yeah.
His girlfriend was one of them. And he ran on the
that's what my dad was telling me about.
He ran on the platform of gun control because his girlfriend was shot. I get it, man. It's very personal to him. But I don't know. Me and a lot of other people thought that, like, that was his only, like, platform was, my girlfriend got killed. Like, vote for me.
Well, I think that's honestly disrespectful to his girlfriend.
I know, which his girlfriend's dad was all for him or whatever, but yeah, I agree with you, like, 100%. Anyway, yeah, so now, he's now been the delegate for a few years, and,
Right.
Yeah. I mean, he's a nice guy, it seems like. It's just, I don't know. Rubs me the wrong way with some of that stuff.
Yeah, I hear you.
This is my first online game using the West Coast offense, so playbook.
Okay.
So they don't allow custom playbooks in this league anymore. So yeah. So you have to use one of the Madden generated playbooks. So I'm going to use West Coast, and it's mostly like basically the ideal behind the West Coast offense is like you're either throwing it deep or you're checking it down. Like,
okay.
It's like, yeah.
That sounds pretty fun.
It's similar to what Shanahan runs, basically. Like, a lot of zone run.
State. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you dial him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
On second and 11 now. Cousins is going to float this over the middle. And got his man complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. It's a gain of 35.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes a step out of them.
Excuse me.
First down. Here's Cousins. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play. Well, these two teams, the Falcons and the Vikings, have met 30 times since the Falcons' inaugural year in the league back in 1966. And the Vikings winning 19 of those games, but maybe the most memorable game between the two was a Falcons victory. That was in the NFC Championship game back in January of '99. Gary Anderson missed a field goal to potentially win it at the end of regulation, and then the Falcons would get the victory in OT 30-27, and they were off to the Super Bowl. Only two there on the dump-off. It's third down. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most active.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack. So they are going to call on Dan Bailey here. His career long is 56 yards done in Seattle.
Yikes. This dude shanked that field goal hard. Whew. Well, we'll consider that a defensive stop.
Hey.
It's almost like, oh, what, now already? Can't they put it in the end zone? What's going on here?
Yeah, he's probably saying, if you can't get it in the end zone, can you give me a 30, 40-yarder? A long one, and he can't connect. Well, now they'll start 3 yards shy of midfield after that long 57-yard miss. Great run, Devontae Freeman. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. A nice run there, 9 yards.
Come on, team.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Nice.
The throw is Ryan. He completes it to Julio Jones. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 23 yards the pickup there. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Shamar Stephen there on the tackle.
Oh, no.
This guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Ryan gets it to his tight end, Hooper. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
What?
Once you get
Oh
into
my
the end zone and the
gosh.
safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
Sethy boy.
What's up, Nerf herders?
Oh, frick off, Seth.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less than a field goal attempt for him.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Throwing, Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. On 3rd down, Cousins forced out to his left. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. The Clemson Tiger, Vic Beasley, reaches home that time.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so they can throw the football.
And it's fielded at the 34. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. A first update now out of Jacksonville. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
And Falcons fans everywhere excited that Devontae Freeman is back on the field wearing number 24 in the red and black. Remember, he went down in week 2 in 2018 with an injury and didn't return. We're hoping to see the form that led him to 1,000-yard seasons in 2015 and 2016.
4 yards to pick up, first down.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now it's Ryan.
So it looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw again. Ryan. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. There to knock that one away defensively, Eric Kendricks.
There are a good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Ryan. And that will be incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Man, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
So that flag will cost them 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
You better be afraid of me.
Cousins. Pass incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
He's brought down by Deion Jones. A gain of 1. Brings up 3rd down and 9.
6-0 our score after 1. Cousins from the gun on 3rd. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Now, if you're going to get rid of it, you better get outside the pocket.
Yeah, you have to get outside of that tackle-to-tackle box, right? Get out there, and then you can do it legally, but he wasn't able to do so, and they end up losing the down as well.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. This is brought in at the 21. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And their 2 drives thus far both led to points, albeit both field goals, so the lead just 6-0, but the ability to move the ball is evident.
Well, that's, heartening, as they say, but it's not what they're about. What they're about is putting the ball in the end zone and putting 6s on the board. So if you're the offensive coordinator, you like what you're doing, but you don't love it. You've got to find a way to ring that bell. Then you can have a little self-satisfied grin. Right now, a little more determination is needed.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
It's caught. Jones. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 2nd down, it's Freeman. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 14 yards there, and a Falcon. First down.
A gain of 14. And the Falcon first down.
Down, ready, back 25. Hey, watch the ball. Ready to go.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Ready, you ready? Check Mike 54. Mike 54. All right, wait. Hey, let's get there.
A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. Flushed out right. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown there. And the Falcons push further out in front. They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They run. Cook. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, if it bring in your tight end, keep him in, you're running
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. They were looking for Johnson that time.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
After the interception, here's Ryan. Jones has it. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. He got 29 yards that time. 29 yards. 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 29 Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
It's second and inches at the 9-yard line.
So not quite a first and goal just yet as they come up now second and inches.
Guys, game situation. Let's go. Hey, check.
From the gun, it's a run for Freeman. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the first and goal.
Come on now. Let's go.
Now, that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to the 2-yard line.
A gain of 3 brings up second and goal at the 2-yard line.
From the 2 now, second and goal.
Record. Check. Hey, Delta.
Now it's Ryan. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack.
When you're this close to the goal line, you've got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
So the sack means it's third and goal now from the 10.
You ain't going nowhere. Check three. Wait. Check three. Check 43. 58.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. So the sack means it's third and goal now from the 10. Here's Ryan. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. From 10 yards out, and the Falcons push further out in front.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And you're under a minute to go in the half. The first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Tyler Davison hauling it off the edge to sack him.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I'm not going to survive him back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run.
Brings up third and goal.
So we're at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that
looking for Garcon, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. But they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. In on the tackle, Devondre Campbell, Falcons leading tackler in 2018. From the 31, Cousins. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Cousins to throw it. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary can really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Now Ito Smith. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
At the 46-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Ryan. Now they go screen. It's complete. And some room to maneuver. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. A huge play there on the screen pass. 42 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. The big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. If this defense wants to stay in this ball game, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
Over 100 yards receiving for him now in the opener. And it's a 1st down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker. And you've got to deliver the ball.
And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Falcons push further out in front. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
On second down, Cousins again. Going deep for Diggs. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. Third down.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll throw again. Cousins being chased out left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Tech McKinley made his way into the backfield.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner. And I don't think with 3 scores down in the third quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
On second and 9, Ryan. This one caught by Ridley. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. On first down, Freeman. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8.
Hey, tight. 39. 55.
Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Everson Griffin just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Ryan leads with Freeman on the draw. And they will get this across midfield, but still well short of the first as he's dropped at the 46. Give him 8 yards on the carry, and that's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Ryan Allen now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And now a high kick here as they'll try to cover this one. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rip. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Tack McKinley picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Here's Cousins. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that one falls incomplete. A 50-50 ball. A little dangerous. Could have been picked. Now it's 3rd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Cousins. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that is incomplete.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
Here's Britton Colquitt now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And this drive will start in enemy territory as that gets out of bounds on this side of the 50.
At the 48-yard line.
Ready? 5:25. Here we go. Here we go.
They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. 14 yards there and a Falcon 1st down.
A gain of 14. 1st down, Falcons.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Freeman again, a 1st down carry. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
Now Freeman, he's been busy today. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Falcons on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, Ryan, and able to find Garcon. And he will have the 1st down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the 1st. Ryan now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. After the penalty, here's Freeman. Freeman a first down and more. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns as his guys continue to pour it on. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. So we race the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking the 2x2-inch ones that you can buy and use in addition to the pencil.
And those last forever.
A long time.
No doubt.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
To throw again on 2nd down. Cousins steps away to his left. And he floated one out there, incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Cousins. And he finds Cook. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Draw play, Cousins to Cook. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 23 yards the pickup there.
If he's their best threat on offense, use your number 1 cover guy on defense. It doesn't matter about size.
They have had him locked up. That just his first catch of the game. Big reason why they're down. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
45. Hey, I'm coming.
On 2nd and 12, Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. That one good for 26 and a first down. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now Mannion with his first toss since coming in. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Here's Mannion, buying time to his left. And that's incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the fourth quarter here. You've held a team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
So Cousins heads to the Vikings sideline, and on is Dan Bailey to try the field goal. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs.
I'm just going to go ahead and call it, partner. You could smell the desperation in that fake, couldn't you? Down big. They had to try something. No one was fooled.
I think you're exactly right. With this deficit, though, go ahead and give it a shot. Didn't work out. In the end, I guess it doesn't hurt them too much. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Ryan is complete to Jones. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They'll run it here with Smith. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down.
And the Falcon first down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Let's go! Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip. Check, check! Check, check! Mike 54.
Ryan. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
It's a gain of 8.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Ryan wants to throw it. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. Of course, they have the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Oh, he's going to take this out of the back of the end zone, and that's going to be a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does them in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over. At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Here's Ryan Allen now as he'll punt it away for the second time. It's a 4-yard return following a punt of 49. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit 000. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take... Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Yeah, real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. But now I'm listening to you. Fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.